the button.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
oh
it.
my god, wait, so how many things have you done?
42? Something like that.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
cool. Here, man.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we got this.
Alright.
Alright.
Where do I look?
Wherever you want. Me,
Oh.
camera, in between, people
Okay.
do all the things.
What do most people do?
Whatever, I mean, like I said, some people look at me the entire time, some people look at the camera the entire time, some people go back and forth, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends talk about their lives. Today, on Wednesday, May 17th, 2023, I'm here with Samantha Nicole Bell, aka Sammy,
Whoa.
aka my boo, aka Mrs. New Albany, aka, you have any other names I missed?
Oh, from like other people?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my friends call me like Sammy Girl. I don't know where that started, but yeah, that's about it.
Sammy girl.
I ask Chloe. Chloe's like the big one that usually says it.
That's just your name and girl.
I know, but you ask.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what is your first memory of me and you?
It was in, like distinctively in senior year math class.
A big year.
Yeah, and I remembered, like, meeting him, and I was like, this kid's kind of funky, like, he's a pretty groovy kid, like, so I remember meeting you, and, like, you would just say, like, such, like, silly random stuff in class, like, you always said, like, just, like, funny things, and I was like, that kid's, like, so silly, like, with Calvin kickoffs and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh my god, he's hilarious, but, yeah, that was about it, though. I feel like, yeah, you still, like, I feel like you haven't had any, like, massive, like, changes. I feel like you still wear, like, the sunglasses. You're still in your Park House shirt. Like,
Yeah.
some things don't die.
Shout out to Albany, what can I say?
Guilty. But yeah, that's my...
No, that was a goofy math class. It was like me, you, Jaden Woods, and
Oh
someone
my
else
god.
at that table.
I remember Jaden Woods had, like...
The vodka and the water bottle that one time.
I was like, dude, it's like 9 in the morning. We're, like, 17.
Yeah.
But...
Remember he went like, oh, it's like,
Silly.
Come on.
So silly.
yeah, no, what is...
So I get to ask you what your first memory of me is? Because we go so far back. Give me a pass on this one. You have to say.
Okay.
It's specialized to me.
I feel like I met you before high school, but I feel like we weren't like...
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was just, like, my first, like, interactive memory with you.
Yeah, no, I feel like you said, like, big year in calculus, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I feel like that's when we actually, like, started, like, actually talking outside of just, you know, like...
Hey.
Yeah.
And in the end of the summer, like, the picture. Like,
Yeah.
we'd hang out then. I feel like summer was more when we actually started hanging out before
Yeah.
college.
I feel like also that year is kind of when I started to be, like, incorporate myself in the, like, larger group rather than just hanging out with
Yeah.
them.
I think you, like, had your own group. Weren't you friends with, like, WAGs and stuff?
No, I was more friends with, like, you remember, like, Jack Crutch and them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
His mom
kind
was
of...
super nice.
Really? Never met
Yeah.
his parents. Yeah, no, I was, like, kind of hung with that group, and then, like, senior year I was like, it's time for a change of scenery. And then,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, then
Pretty cool.
and then we were at started hanging out at the lunch table.
Yeah. Oh my god, is that your first, like, actual... And you played golf with my brother, so I also know you from that.
Yeah. But no, that lunch table was, I mean, it's fucking so many memories
Remember,
there.
like, mac and cheese Fridays?
Back Tuesday and Friday, me and Nanth would run.
You guys would leave class early.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of us would have to wait in line and, like, scarf down our, like, deluxe mac and cheese. But, like, it would be so late. We would have, like, 2 minutes until class, and it just sucked.
No,
But
Andrew.
you guys were smart, so no hate.
Andrew would be like, I'm so hungry, and then have like 2 bites and be like, I can't eat any more of this.
Bro, because they stuff it. Like, that was... We got way more than what we paid for.
I'm not gonna
Which
lie.
is rare.
That's still might be the best mac and cheese I've ever had.
I paid for, like, a ridiculous amount for some mac and cheese, and it still doesn't compare.
Exactly. Like,
Barbecue, like, I wouldn't think it'd be good. But was it?
with the mix-ins and like I don't know. I think like my $1 million idea, if it ever does happen, which according to my dad has failed multiple times, is like Chipotle, but instead of being like burritos, is like mac and cheese. To like all your mix-ins.
Something that works in New York. But you're going to a big city, so maybe you could be like, I don't know. That could be your calling. If this doesn't work out.
Oh fuck no! I'm not a restaurateur. Let me tell you.
That's stressful. I watched a chef's table,
Mhm.
and like, that sucks. Like, that's a lot of work and time. Like, I didn't realize, like, I guess I didn't know how much went into that process until, like, I watched one of those chef documentaries, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Plus, you gotta know like 60% of restaurants fail, so it's like you are fighting a losing battle going in.
Ooh,
Yeah. No, I mean like.
that's depressing.
Like I said, my dad does real estate, so like I've
Oh, yeah.
seen so many. Like I remember this one guy like put his like retirement savings into a restaurant, and it failed within 2 years. And it's just like,
Oh, it's sad.
there's a nice guy too, but it's like you can't, you shouldn't do that. It's a terrible investment.
That's hard. That's hard. I feel like a lot of like creative like ventures like that aren't as stable like fall into that crux of like lifelong passion and then like stability kind of right there. So I feel like that's something that's like not something I would relate to because I feel like I'm like way too like play it safe for that. Like I could not. But I think those are like great hobbies though. That's not to like diss at all like any of that. Like I respect it. I just don't know like I'd be too scared. Like that's on me though. That's on me.
No, I got you. I just can't mix like, what I do for fun and what I do for work. It's like don't shit where you eat kind of thing,
Oh, I've never heard that, but
You never heard that?
no.
No, it's just bad business, like you don't.
No, I mean fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Sorry, that was on me. That was a tangent.
No, it's all right. The more content, the better, right?
Oh my god, people are gonna be like, why are they talking about mac and cheese?
What were you doing today before we started filming?
I delayed this again. That's like a pet peeve about myself, like being late to things, like icks me, but I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I had a smoothie bowl for dinner. So good. Pliables down. It's by Sweetwater's. You go. I don't know if it's for you, but like it's so good. So I had that for dinner. What else was I doing? I was doing weirdly enough, I'm doing stuff with Ohio State again.
Oh, really?
I'm doing like this interprofessional like team-based like care plan basically in the community. So like it's really cool. So we actually get to like go visit like people that are like an elderly population, which is really 65. But like anyone who like lives alone, and usually like, they just want someone to talk to like if like their spouse passed away or like something like that. And we literally just go like do like it's more of like a conversation and someone to hang out with, and we teach them basically like how to use like iPads and like connect with like their health center so like they can be able to like have more accessible care. And like I get to work with like medical students at Ohio State and like pharmacy kids and even like a dental hygienist. I looked and I was like, I don't know what you do, but I'm excited to learn. So we're doing like a collaborative thing with Ohio State to like give like team-based care like in a non-clinic based setting. So I'm excited for that. I feel like that'll be like a rewarding thing I haven't like experienced. So.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I know, hanging out with the elderly.
There's so much like cool stuff to like tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like they have so much to like tell you. Like usually not so much as like novel. Like it's usually like an experience they've probably had. I mean, like I feel like there's only so much like variety. Like people can like very much relate with like such a birth of experiences. Like if you're 80, you've probably done it all. Like they probably have amazing advice to give us. So it's just something I'm like, I wish that's something that like I could have had for myself with like my grandparents, like when they were alive, or like if they lived closer. But I think it's like a really cool thing to like be able to get kind of like secondhand. So.
Yeah. No, I mean people age like wine. Like well, most people I should say.
I want to age like wine. Are you kidding? Kidding.
Nah, I don't know. I think that like. I feel like now being in the working world, it's like the more I talk to like people who are like older than me, it's like there are different points in life, but it's like interesting kind of getting their perspective on like shit where it's like I never would have thought of that, like or hearing like stories about like especially like my one coworker who like has been working at Nationwide since the 90s, 80s, something like that, where it's like just hearing about how Columbus has changed so much. I mean like
oh my god.
It was a literal swamp down in downtown. It used to just be like a abandoned penitentiary. And then Nationwide like built a building, and then like that started getting crazy, and then the Short North turned from like just like hoodlum area, I don't know, like downtrodden place to like now it's we got standard.
Yeah, we've now got a bar that'll serve you like $15 like spirits, but I think it's interesting because like my dad tells me all the time because he does like a similar. Are you in cybersecurity? Yeah, my dad. I don't know how he ended up there, but he's doing that at the company that he works at, and he's like, all these young people are literally so smart, but it's just like, he's like, you almost feel dumb, but then you like make up for it in like experience that you've had, which is something. So it's like an interesting trade-off as you like progress through time, That's
the thing I've kind of found out is like, everyone thinks everyone else is smarter than them, like, the older people think that like us young rascals have it all figured out.
They know how to put in like a USB-C or something. They're like, whoa.
And then I don't know. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. So,
same. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look so silly going to that thing like being like I know how to take care of you. And I'll be like, ooh, do I? But that's what the team's for.
Grass
So.
is always greener, right?
True.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, I was doing long-winded, but I was doing the IPE, ate my smoothie bowl. I was actually really doing something important before this, but I forgot. Oh, I tanned earlier today.
Really?
60 degrees out, but the UV was 9, so I was like, I did some online shopping. I can't think of the actual important thing I did, but yeah.
Wait,
that's
you
it.
can, like, UV level's actually important to, like, tanning?
Oh my god. That's how you get tan.
I just go outside and just kind of relax. I don't know.
That's
It's warm.
authentic. I respect it.
I didn't know that you had to, like, pay attention to, like, the index and whatnot.
Yeah, because like it can be like brutally hot and people are like, oh my god, I'm getting a tan. But if you're doing it at 5 o'clock, the UV's like 2. But that's also good though for sunscreen.
Yeah.
You know what?
I guess, I don't know. I'm vitamin D deficient. I need to go outside more.
You do, but even in okay, I'll save the science for later.
I got you.
Fair enough.
Right now, what does your typical day or week look like?
Ooh, so I just started my summer semester like 2 days ago. So I feel like I don't have a full on routine yet. But usually I wanna say like I have like at least last semester I was in the classroom for like 9 to 5, which was
Mhm.
like long because our classes are about like 4 hours each. So we learn like all of these different things like in those set times. And I used to just like live on campus because like you're in class all day. So last semester was a lot of that, but now I think it's kind of lightened up because I think last semester was like the worst of it. But yeah, so I'm learning about like pharmacology and drugs, thrilling.
Oh, yeah.
And but we're also learning about like emergency medicine and like pediatric populations right now, which is really cool. What else am I learning? They do some like easy stuff like research and ethics, but it's important to know though, because like they expand on it in like a medical legal standpoint of like obviously like you want to do the ethical thing, but I don't think we're the type of people you worry about with like ethical things
I mean,
usually.
maybe not me, but
Oh, yeah, watch out. But just, or like maybe just like not knowing like a certain like legal practice, because like it does vary so much per state, and then also within different like hospitals and settings, like our rules are like very ambiguous, so it actually is really important to like get a legal
Mhm.
like kind of thought on it. So yeah, I don't have much to say for like my current schedule, but I'm hoping to like chill a little bit more and like go
Nice.
outside, because like looking outside when you're like in class and it's so beautiful out and you're just like I wish I was there.
I get it. I need like a patio to wherever I work. That way I can actually like work outside, because
Yeah.
I'll just like start working outside and be like, I need like more like room to like do shit, and then
Yeah.
just like freak out and then just go right back inside.
I'm so and like it gets so hot. Like all my technology gets so hot and shut down. I'm like, no. I just want to be outside. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So how are you liking like PA school versus like undergrad? Like the, I don't know,
Ooh.
level of, or I guess how like schedule wise, I don't know.
I really like it. I think it's something where I'm not sure about yourself, like in CSE or anything, but I would definitely say that like for like all of undergrad, I was like a health and rehabilitation sciences major, and that's
Mhm.
basically going to encapsulate all healthcare related majors with the exception of like nursing and really like pre-med kids.
Mhm.
So it's like this mass major for like us radiologists, you know Tanner,
Yeah,
right? He's
HIMSS.
like HIMSS, yeah. So like all of us are under this like massive umbrella of health and rehabilitation sciences. So it's like all of your kind of like prerequisites like gearing you towards like your later schooling for the most part. So I feel like I didn't really get to explore what I actually wanted to do like until like this year. So
Mhm.
I feel like that would be the biggest difference, I would say, because like I'm actually learning what I've wanted to do since like middle school, high school. So like that's a really satisfying feeling to be like, oh my god, like I'm actually doing it.
Yeah.
And then like you get to grow more though, because like you do a year in the classroom and
Yeah.
then like that's when you like learn it, but then you just kind of like go out for a year, so you have like 12-month for the course of 12 months, each month you learn like a different specialty. You work there, you get to like experience it, and then you move on.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be cool to actually like apply it, because it still does feel a little like classroomy, you know? So like you're still like in the classroom, so you're like, I know this is actually really applicable, but I haven't been in that situation before. So I feel like that is something that's like new, but I really enjoy it, because it's finally like, it's definitely an affirming choice, because I
Mhm.
think for some people, which is like, I like feel for them, like if they get somewhere and like they've applied, they've done all this time, work, energy, and they get there and it's like maybe not what they want. Like I think that's like a really like tough position to be in because you've like committed to that in a sense. So I'm really glad that like I haven't experienced that. So
It's the fun part about college, where you just you gotta commit to something early, or otherwise you're burning money. You know.
unless you're Kylie, who's a superhuman. I think I don't know how many times you watch this. Totally tell me. How many times she changed her major a few times and she literally graduated on time. And I'm like,
I'm not sure changing major.
how? I think I don't know if it was twice. I want to start something like nutrition or maybe something in education.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I know she's definitely doing stuff like that's heavily in research and academia, but that was beyond impressive to me because I was like, wow, like
Yeah.
I even know people that started off like later, like from our high school that like still didn't graduate on time just because they went to like Newark or something. And I was like, that's really impressive. So not that like faster is better, of course, but just like I just thought that was impressive. But
shout out Kylie.
yeah, go Kylie. But what your other question was like, what are the days like?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're long.
You can imagine.
In short, they're very long. Like every class is like 3.5 to like 4 hours. So like you have 2 or 3 classes a day. So it's like you're there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Or so they usually let you out early though. Like they hold you for a long time, but like some days will get out like sooner than later. So they're just a lot longer and it's impressive, like I think it's kind of hard to see like how you've grown like objectively.
Oh yeah, that goes off every 36 minutes.
What is it?
It a little Febreze thing to make my room smell
I thought like
better.
Paper Okay. Smart, respect.
Yeah.
But like I didn't realize like how much I could like fit into my head in such a short amount of time. Like, because we'd have an exam, like, what, like 3 times or something? And, like, you'd learn so much. Like, you'd learn, like, every few times. But then it's, like, I'm in class, like, 3 times as long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned way more than I ever did in undergrad. But, like, it's so, like, dense. So I definitely think, like, the time and, like, it's kind of cool to see yourself grow in a way where I'm like, oh, my God, it would take me hours and hours to study this. And now I can get it in, like, a much shorter time period and, like, have it stick. So I feel like that's something where it's, like, oh, cool. Like,
yeah.
I hope I remember that long term, but it's good. It's cool to see you, like, do what you love and then, like, get it done faster.
That's awesome. I mean, especially to your point, I'm sure that the days go a lot shorter now. It's, like, doing something you actually like instead of, like, the undergrad experience of, like, being, like, so close to what you actually want to do the entire time.
Definitely a carrot, but so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it.
What's your relationship like with your family?
Really good. I think it's such, like, a really unique experience because, like, sometimes I find myself, like, my mom and my oldest brother are very different from, like, my dad, my youngest brother, and I love them all. And it's just such, like, a cool experience because, like, maybe, like, if I'd be like, oh, like, I'd judge you for that, but, like, since they're your family now, like, you really can get that other perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you're like, oh, like, you know what, like, that's allowed me to, like, be like, okay, that's really, like, not that silly or that's not that crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a cool learning experience to, like, be built in with people that are, like, somewhat different than you and be able to, like, really see, like, the value in that. And I think that's, like, something that I'm so appreciative for, like, my mom and my oldest brother for. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they truly have just, like, taught me to be so much more open-minded about things. And, like, they also, like, they're so cool in so many ways I'm not. I'm just, like, oh my god, like, rub off on me a little more. Like, let me be a little more selfless or, like, XYZ. Like, so, it's just so cool. And then I also get this really cool benefit of being so much like my dad and my youngest brother to where, like,
Mm-hmm.
having, like, a similar sense of humor or just, like, interests or views on life or, like, if you want to go to the gym together or something silly like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so cool to have people that are also very much like yourself. So I get this, like, really cool, like, balanced, like, home life in a sense. But, oh my god, I love them. Like, those are people that, like, I literally called my younger brother today, even though you don't have a younger brother. But it's you. You're the annoying younger brother who, like opens your door, turns on the light, and then leaves. And you're just like, are you kidding me? Like, you're so annoying. But, like, oh my god, he's, like, my favorite person on the planet. Like, he's such a good kid, and he's going to Ohio State.
Oh, good.
And guess what he's doing?
What's it doing?
Oh, he was doing CSE. I was going to hype you up. But he's doing mechanical engineering now.
Okay. That's close enough.
I know, close enough. But, yeah, so, and he's done their senior walkouts in 2 days.
Shit, I forgot that was a thing.
I know.
That feels like forever ago.
I know.
Good for him, though.
I know. I'm sad because, like, I feel like your younger siblings you always see as, like, younger than you. But then, like, when you see them, like, grow up, you're like, oh, okay, kind of weird.
They're a little person now.
I know. They're not, like, a side character in your life. Like, they actually have stuff going on, you know? So, he's hilarious. He's so funny. He's got such a good heart. He works harder than anybody that I know. Like, he literally, I think he works, like, 30 hours a week at Ace Hardware just because, like, he loves just, like, tinkering around with things. So, mechanical's perfect.
Yeah.
But, he just loves it. And he's so good at it. And he's, like, so, like, he's just awesome. But this isn't a Justin TED Talk. But, but my dad, super cool. He's hilarious. Like, he's someone who, like, sometimes I forget that he has, like, a real, like, job and he actually has, like, serious responsibilities. Because he's, like, he's just so silly. Like, he always makes me and, like, everybody else laugh. He loves my dog. He was the dad who's like, we don't need a dog. And then, like...
He's the one that loves him the most?
My God, it's hilarious. So, yeah, so my dad's hilarious. He also is someone who's, like, definitely someone I look up to. His work ethic's just, like, fabulous. And he has such good, like, leadership skills. And I think that's something that, like, is really cool to always have someone who's, like, a good sounding board for, like, life decisions. Mm-hmm. And then my oldest brother... He's so cool. Like, him and I are polar opposites, but, like, he's literally, like, the most giving, thoughtful person with, like, no regard to, like, like, personal interest of things. Like, he sincerely just, like, loves helping people. And I'm like, all right, I need to hang out with you more because it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then his wife, Michelle, she's, like, the same thing, but it's, like, a built-in sister, so I'm gonna be biased and say she's cooler. Kidding. And then my mom, yeah, she's the best. She's, like, the nicest person you'll ever meet. I think you have met her. Because I was like, I'm going to go hang out with Landon. And she's like, from high school? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, my God, awesome. So, yeah, she's just, like, the nicest supporting person ever. She's so cool. So lucky.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out the entire Bell family.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you get the best of both worlds, you know, the zaniness of dad and little bro, and then the... more down-to-earth part of your mom.
Oh my God, yeah. So, still working process myself, but yeah. Hopefully as cool as them sometime.
What do you think your most unique talent is?
That's hard, because I feel like when you think of talent, you think, like, objectively, like, I think of Evan Scott. Like, I think of Evan Scott whipping out his 15x15 Rubik's Cube 2 nights ago on our big family Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, I think of that as talent. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I could... Honestly, never. Not probably because I'm also very much like, I don't even know where to start with that. Like, Evan and Chris, like, at parties at the Vatican, would, like, go into Evan's room and they'd, like, see all his different Rubik's Cubes and they just have this, like, bromate moment. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, I don't know how to do that. Like, I know it's, like, an algorithm or something where you, like, do the same thing a few times.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm no expert. I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
But, like, I think of talent of, like, objective skills that, like, you can very clearly see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think something unique about myself is, I'm gonna go, like, more subjective. I feel like I'm a very, like, unbelievably, like, thoughtful person. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I'm someone who, like, I truly just, like, love learning things about, like, people I care about or just, like, things I'm passionate about in general. And I think being able to, like, really have meaningful relationships is, like, the thing I prioritize, like, most in life, and I feel like those are things where, like, I always, like, love being like, oh my God, your favorite ice cream is this, or, like, you brought Chloe ice cream when she had mono, or, like, things, like, small giving things like that, like, or, like, just basic things about people that, like, I just love knowing because, I don't know, I think it's so important to know people that, like, you care about, so I feel like I'm very thoughtful, and I also think uniquely about myself is I have very good, like, I don't want to say a read on people, but I feel like I usually am pretty perceptive in people's personalities in a way where it's like, oh, I can totally tell they're, like, a super cool person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, like, obviously more than that, but I feel like that also allows me to, like, give, like, extra to, like, my relationships that I care about, because, like, I feel like I know that person well, and, like, you can really, I don't know, have a cool relationship, so.
Bond, get a lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A topical thing? Yeah, nothing crazy unique that I can think of. I'll have to come back to it.
I mean, I usually give, like, a little mini spiel to it this time of, like, you know.
Oh, nerd.
No. I mean, not everyone's Evan Scott. He's literally the person I use as my example of like.
Shut up! No way.
Yeah, where it's like not something tactile.
God.
Where it's like something more like I guess off the walls or like
Yeah.
non-tactile. I think
Have you
Chris.
met Chris Hummel?
Chris is the first one that actually started that whole like non-tactile
Imagine
thing.
dating him.
Yeah.
He is so cool.
Mhm.
Like, besides, like, everyone being in love with him, like,
Yeah.
especially the boys,
Yeah,
like,
he's awesome. To be fair.
him and Parker, there was a time where I was like, kidding. But they're just, like, he's just so cool because he has so many interests,
Mhm.
and he's, like, remarkably good at all of them.
Mhm.
It's almost just, like, he's one of those people where you're almost, like, kind of jealous. Like, I'm kind of annoyed that you're good at everything.
Yeah.
But, like, he sails. He just, like, signed up for a fun, spontaneous volleyball club. Like, he does all these, like, he engineers and tinkers with everything. And I'm so grateful for him being awesome at that because I, in no way I'm feeding the stereotype, but I hate doing, like, manual tasks. Like, I will fake, I hope my brother doesn't watch this. Justin, he's, like, our tech guy.
Yeah.
I will fake not knowing how to do the Wi-Fi because I just, like, hate restarting it or, like, plugging certain things back in or, like, fixing certain things. Like, that's just, like, I'll fix people.
Yeah.
I'll do that all day long. But, like random house stuff that I just don't want to do, like, I'd probably pay someone to do that. So, like, I'm so glad I have Chris because he's like, oh my god, I can do this and that, and he's just got so many interests. I'm like, perfect, yes. So, selfishly, but also no, he's so cool.
No, I get it. I mean,
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah, I also am the de facto IT guy, so I get. But at the same time, like Chris, like I kind of like tinkering. But
Yeah.
to your point about the thoughtfulness, I think it's almost like a different thing where it's like or being able to like figure out a person instead of like technology. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
And I feel like there's, like, I think that's something that's usually underrated as well, because I think that people, like, automatically think of objective things.
Mhm.
So I think, like, people with those skill sets that are much more, like, soft skills are something that is underrated.
Mhm.
Like, my mom, like, definitely underrated, but she's, like, so cool. She's
Yeah.
so nice. So it's, like, something that, like, I couldn't get from someone in a way that, like, maybe I could get something, like, objective. Like, have, like, someone who's really great at running or something like that. So
Once again, shout out the Bell family. Keep
Stan-
coming up.
I always stand the soft skills. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm really great at drawing. I've won, like, multiple grade-wide competitions.
Really?
For, art,
When are you gotta show me some
portraiture,
of this stuff.
boats. You want me to?
Yeah.
It's on my phone. Because people always ask. And this is the icebreaker, so I'm sorry. This is delayed.
Oh,
and this is so spazzy. That's so on me. I need to be more on task.
No. Look, more off the walls and random bullshit, the better. in my
People are
opinion.
gonna win so much bullshit. I'm sorry. That's just okay. This is like portraiture of like Cara Delevingne before she
Holy
like
shit.
did acid and stuff like that. And then you know Sophia Richie, who like got married to Elliot Grange. She's so cool. It's a portrait of her. But
Wow.
like that's just like free time stuff that I do. So yeah.
That was really fucking good.
Thank you. Yeah, that's actually a big hidden passion of mine. That I was like, what would I do if I wasn't doing medicine?
Mhm.
Totally art. I love paint. I'm not as good at painting, but I think that's a whole conversation.
I'm not a
Medium. But
artsy person in general. I mean, I can trace. That's all I can do.
it's a talent. It's a talent.
Yeah.
You've got other ones too, so
I
arts
gotcha.
out. You can't have it all.
Yeah. No. I mean, have you ever thought about like I don't know, when you were retiring or like done or finished at some point with PA stuff like
Yeah.
moving to the art world?
Oh, I think you know how you talked about like keeping hobbies.
Mhm.
Don't shit what you eat.
Yeah.
I think that's something that, as much as I love creative outlets and things like that, I don't think that's something that I would ever want to do, as definitely as a hobby because, definitely as a hobby yes, but
Mhm.
like as, like a way of living because like.
Good stuff.
Shit's tough, one, as you said. Two, it's just, like, I think it's very, like, mood-based for me. It's not, like, a constant, like, Sophia Engelhart. She is so creative all the time. Like, she coming up with, like, journalism and stuff like that. Like, I couldn't, like, imagine trying to write, like, in school, I tried to write a paper, and I was like, I'm just not going to do this. I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And I know that's how I would feel with art. I feel like that would take some of, like, the freedom and creativity and, like, joy out of it for me. So it's something that, like, I love coming to from time to time, but I couldn't do it long term.
It's more fun when it calls to you rather than when you have to call to it.
1000%. You're so wise.
What can I say?
Guilty.
What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
I was, like, high on drugs. Like I just got my wisdom teeth out. wisdom teeth out. I missed our last spring break, sophomore year, with all the girls. They went out to Florida, and they're all so cute and so tan, making all these memories. And I just got, like, my teeth ripped out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm literally, like, packed on both sides. I've got, like, the ugly, like, headband on. And I'm just, like, I don't know what anesthesia I was under, but I was just, like, so silly. And my parents tried to, like, explain it to me, and I was literally just, like, the world is over. Like, I remember being, like, so alarmed and just, like, so unwell. But then, like, as life went on, because I was living with Sophia at the time, and, like, in our big Bowen suite, and I just remember being like, oh, it's gonna be vacation. Like, sick. We get, like, another week of spring break. Like, maybe I can actually do something fun.
Yeah.
But then, like, joke's on me.
Yeah.
Big time. So, yeah, that's how I found out.
Damn, I wish I could have seen Chipmunk Sammy. That would have been
I
hilarious.
made no one have any evidence. Like, there's no evidence that exists anywhere except for my medical record. Like, no photos, no videos, because, like, that's embarrassing.
So that was me.
I'm sure that would have been so embarrassing.
I feel you. That was me when I accidentally got my head shaven. But
How'd you act? I remember that. Why did you get your head shaven?
freshman year, long story short, I went to a barber in New Albany, the one I usually went to. New guy there for some reason. Trust him. I don't know.
First red flag.
I asked him for a half-inch medium fade. And then he pulls out the rulers like, this is a half inch. I'm like, my guy, that is not half an inch. I can see my scalp.
Oh my god.
But
I thought you were just like, I don't know, feeling edgy or something.
no, I did not want that.
Oh man, no.
Yeah, no,
oh,
but-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Say la vie. But opposite end though,
Uh-huh.
I have a 14-minute video of me coming out the dentist's office. I have so much content from when I was on.
We're
all
not
the
the same.
painkillers.
I was like, no one talked to it. Like, take my phone. Like, I didn't want sex. I didn't want anything. Like, yeah.
No, I had the time of my life, except for eating, because couldn't really do that part very well.
No, that was awful.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't teeth or was like fun until it wasn't. Just like once the loopy drugs wear off, and then you just start on
Then you're like,
painkillers.
This sucks.
Yeah.
like, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, no, I remember I was getting mac and cheese with Chase at
Chase Cone, what's he up to?
he's in Chicago actually.
Oh my god, of
Yeah.
course.
But we were at Noodles & Co. and I was like so worried about getting a dry socket eating this stuff.
Bro, that was a real, like, anxiety threat. Because, like, it's not like it's a joke. Like,
Yeah.
you seriously, like, you're
I heard
screwed.
that shit's painful.
Oh, yeah. I thought, like, something bad actually happened. But maybe I think if you, like, rupture your gums in surgery.
I don't know. I mean, I'm no dentist.
Touche, me neither.
Yeah. Speaking of COVID though, how was your quarantine?
I was actually really lucky. Like, it was, I mean, I feel like for, like, introverts out there, like, there's a good part of me that's, like, a solid introvert where it's, like, I just need to, like, stay in, charge my social battery.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of extroverts, like, are sometimes, like, why?
Yeah.
But, so a part of it was kind of like, oh, like, that's kind of nice. Like, I get this time to myself. But after a while, you're like, all right, this is stupid. Like, this sucks. I think best part of it was, like, I think I was able to spend time with my family that to be honest, like, I would have never spent that much time with my family probably ever again in my adult life. Like,
Mhm.
after you go to college, like, maybe you're home for a summer, maybe you're not, like, or visit type deal, but, like, I
Yeah.
don't think, for most people, if they were able to spend that time with their family, I don't think they'll ever be able to, like, get that much time back with them ever again.
Especially with the siblings too, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, and that was also a situation. That's not to say good things can't, like, get on your 10th nerve, because, like, shoving so many people in a house can be, like,
Oh yeah.
I just want to do my laundry and not have you, like, your laundry's done, like, every, like, hour. I'm like, leave me alone, just let it sit there for, like, another half an hour, okay? But it was awesome, because I feel like that's valuable time that, like, you also get to be, like, all right, what am I going to do with my time? Because I feel like I was guilty of living my time of, like, okay, like, I'll do it when I have time. Politics. But, like, that was a situation, though, where, like, truly, that was, like, if you could do something that you were interested in, and you didn't have, like, didn't have school, because it was summer. Like, we were gone we had a month and a half left of school, and we were done.
Yeah. I mean, if you'd done a summer internship that was not canceled, I mean, it's not like places are really hiring in the middle of a pandemic.
No. So, like, you really, truly, like, I was so blessed to have, like, somewhere I could live, and, like, I wasn't providing for anyone or myself, like,
Yeah.
and I know some people, like, that must have been so hard, or, like, losing someone,
Oh, yeah.
so hard. But
Yeah.
I was just, like, so blessed to have an experience where, like, I'd wake up, and I'd go run a 5K with my dad every morning, and, like, make smoothies, and, like, trendy coffee stuff online. Like, call my friends, build a desk, like silly things that like I probably wouldn't have done if I wouldn't have had the time. So I think that's cool to like finally fulfill that like excuse kind of. Con, like I feel like we have so much more experience, which sucked.
I mean, I think we were joking about it, or someone joked about it on Monday, like, things I would do to get those last 2 months in Bowen, like...
Oh my god. What I would do to not walk into, like, Curl to have one of their, like, pre-marinated, like... What? They were, like, the sushi bowls, kind of like the rice
the
bowls.
rice bowls?
That sounds so good right now. Like...
or just going to, like, a Scott adventure. The best was, like,
I have Scott silverware still.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, I should have stole some.
Well, it was by accident. It wasn't me. I didn't mean to.
Alright.
Fair.
The thing I'll miss most is, like, I think I was talking with Jeff about this on an episode, was just, like, those, like, Sunday, like, catch-ups of, like, at, like, a giant group goes to, like, Scott or Slippers or something, be like, what did you guys do this
Volleyball.
weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and, like, just catching up on what everyone did, and, like, no,
Yeah.
wait, I did this thing, and, like, just those, like, because, like, I don't know, it was, like, all massive adventures, you know?
We were so unbelievably lucky to have the friends we have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like there's so many people that go through their experience and, like, they have, like, subpar friends, but, like, our friends are seriously, like, the best people. They're all so cool. They're all so, like, genuine. Like, that's awesome that we had that, you know?
Almost all of them are, like, so cool.
Almost. Alright.
Jokes.
I was gonna say, tell me later.
Yeah, no.
Kidding.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
like, no offense to Kurt or my roommates from this year, but I mean, I feel like this year has been or made me appreciate all my friends a little bit.
Oh my god. It only takes a few situations where, like, you don't have that great of friends to where you're like, alright, this is, like, perfect.
Mm.
And we're all so different, which is so cool, but also similar.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the whole thing of you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Ooh, no. I loved it. In the moment, I knew that was so awesome.
I knew my friends were great, but I don't think I realized how, like, once in a jillion lifetimes great they were. Like...
Yeah. Everyone needs to move back. PSA, if you're watching this, Columbus, Ohio, come back.
Yeah, no, that's...
You too!
No, I mean, I'll eventually come back to Ohio to,
You
like, raise a
think?
family, but, like...
Ohio's wholesome.
Yeah, I need to get the fuck
pocket.
out of here for a little bit, you know?
So valid. I preach that myself, but I'm like, I need an adventure. I've been here for 23 years. Within, like, 20 miles of my parents' house. Like, it's time.
That's my spiel.
I
I live
think
my life in a
everyone
10-mile
needs-
radius.
I think everyone needs, not everyone, but if you're someone like us, like, you need a life adventure, and I feel like a common theme is, like, that will help you, good or bad, realize, like, what you want to do if you want to, like, move back, or, like, that's better, like, the grass is greener where I went, or where I watered it, type deal.
Well, come to Chicago, you know? Come visit.
Something.
at the very
Just
least.
might. Just might.
Alright, you know, you always get a place to stay, you know?
Oh, you're the best.
What's your relationship like with your religion?
Ooh.
Shit.
You need it?
That flew a little further than I expected.
The fan helped you. Like, that
Alright,
was
that-
was an aerial shot.
That is a later problem.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably got it. We can, like, slow-mo replay that thing right there.
I'm into it. Yeah. Okay. Religion? Super interesting. I feel like right now, I hope my parents aren't watching this. But I'm not, I don't want to say, I'm just not, like, actively religious, really, right now. I think, like, I was raised Catholic, and my dad and, like, his family, like, Irish Catholic, like, stereotype to the T. Like, 7 kids, big old family, like, that type of situation.
Potatoes.
So many potatoes,
Yeah.
oh my god. And so, I think that's something that was, like, very much emphasized, and I really, that's not to say, like, I don't appreciate the morality, because I feel like there are certain lessons where it's, like, being selfless, being kind, like, a lot of foundational, like, ethics, I think. Plus, like, our country was, like, oh my god, what is it? It's, like, Christian Judaism basis. Like, a lot of that, we were talking about it in class.
Monotheistic?
It's, like, a combo of our 2 religions into, like, one complex.
Judeo-Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about how, like, a lot of our foundational countries, like, the foundation of our country is based in, like, certain religions that just shifted into that way, and, like, here we are. So, like, there are some elements that I think are, like, I really am glad that I feel like I've learned through that, like, just, like, how to treat people, how to, like, be respectful and, like, values-based things, but there are some things that I feel like, as I grew up, I was like, you know, a few things, whether it's like socially, like that I don't resonate with necessarily, like gay marriage, for example. Like I don't like agree with that thought process as like one situation. So like I think there are some things in just like corruption and things like that make it really hard for me to like, you know, sometimes like align with that. So I think that's also something that I want to like come back to, but right now I'm not particularly like religious, to be honest. But and that's okay. That's not to say I'm not like ever going to like, you know, never think about that or like return to that, because that's something that I think like does have value, but that's also like my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are like, should never resonate with me. I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, that's just their experience. That's like so okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think just like right now I'm not particularly practicing or anything. That's not to say I don't have like extreme gratitude and like respect other religions, because I so do. But there are other things where I'm like, I'm also not someone who's gonna like push that on anyone else for like their beliefs, because I'm like, you know, who's to say that it's not Buddhism or Judaism or whatever else you believe in? Like, I would never judge anybody for that. I'm very accepting of all that stuff, so.
Yeah, it's just not close to you right now, is all.
No, I think there are some things that I need to, like, fundamentally sit down with, because, like, there are things that are, like, technical tenets of a religion, like, basic pillars, where, like, sometimes I'm, like, I've had experiences where, like, maybe that doesn't resonate, like, a certain, like, basis of, per se, like, Catholicism or whatever else would be violated with, like, a current belief set. So then it's, like, do you identify with, like, mostly, like, is it religion of black and white type deal, or, like, a spectrum? So I think those are things that, like, I also need to educate myself more on, like, what that fully encompasses, and that's not to say, like, I'd never not, but it's just something that I need to, like, also want to, like, put my time into.
Yeah.
That I'm just not in a position to right now.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how, like, I don't know, you don't really choose to be in a religion, you're kind of, like,
that's
put into it.
True. I never thought about that.
Yeah. But,
wow.
So, like, I don't know, like, taking the time to kind of, like, explore other stuff. Like, I remember Mrs. Milligan was, like, describing Christianity one day in AP Euro, and I was like, this shit kind of is, like, I like, the rest of the day I was like, what's going on here?
Why? We were like, shit kind of hits. Like, was that the... Bro, there were so many times where I'm like, Judaism? They were onto something. A lot of our basic health principles are, like, based in, like, Judaism.
Yeah.
Washing your hands.
Yeah. The whole...
Not cross-contaminating your stuff.
Meat and dairy, yeah. I mean, that was because it used to make people real sick.
Pasteurization.
Yeah.
The big bucks.
Yeah.
But,
Rabbi Eliezer was onto something there. What can I say?
True. And I also feel like I have such an appreciation for Judaism, just, like, with where I grew up. Like, doing the dreidel-offs, like... Those were hype in class.
Yeah.
You get the gold coins of chocolate and you're like, I can buy into this. Like, a good party when you turn 13, I can buy into that.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not to say, like, obviously there's, like, a beautiful reason behind all that. But it was also, like, there was some glitz and glamour. We were like, okay.
Hey, if you ever want to join the religion, the tribe will welcome you.
Bro, I actually did, volunteered at the Laurie Schottenstein Center.
No way.
For the, Lifetown.
Lifetown.
It's like with, I think it's high school kids is like the top end, but like they're individuals that like have some sort of like condition that can like alter like whether it's like physically or mentally, and like you volunteer and like promote their like autonomy and like help them like make decisions that they want to do, and like spending money and like prepare them with real life skills.
36 minutes.
On the dot.
Yeah.
But things like that, where, like, I was like, that's so awesome. So, like, that was another cool thing that, like, I never would have experienced, like, because I thought it was, like...
Oh, that's really cool.
Some sort of, like, Jewish institution that I was like, oh, I can't go in there, like, you know?
Well, welcome.
Thank you!
Yeah, when you said Lifetown, for a second, I thought you were gonna, like, it was gonna be, like, a spin-off of BizTown, and I was just... I was not ready for that.
Dude... I don't know where they put that, but I remember, like, there were boarded windows in the building, and there were definitely glass broken windows. Like, when we pulled up in the bus, I was like, ooh.
What was, like,
why? I also didn't have any AC where I was working. You know who I worked with?
Who?
Garrett Klusner.
Like,
Garrett Klusner.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? That kid still exists?
Well, I don't know if he exists still.
I thought he just got, like, written off or something.
No comment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember we had no AC. It was so hot. I was in the art studio. Fun fact. That's my unique thing. It was horrible.
Yeah.
That also was like a shot in the art foot. I was like, maybe this isn't for me.
I was on the journalists, or one of the journalists,
Okay.
and they didn't let me publish my story.
Oh my god.
Something like
You have
that.
No talent.
It was either that or it got like so like edited that it just wasn't even my thing. And I forget what it was.
When
It's like,
ChatGPT writes your paper, you're like,
yeah, Sophia's kind of fucked. I mean, ChatGPT's coming for her.
no! Oh my god, no, she's so talented.
Yeah, fuck you, Sydney Englehart. You're
What?
not.
Why?
No, it's ChatGPT. I'm gonna take your job,
Wait, a doctor?
Sophia.
I was like, hold on, Landon.
There's too many Engleharts. There's like 7 of them.
They're so cool. I don't know how they do it.
They're all right.
2 Yeah, Sydney, who just got in med school.
Shout out, Sid.
Major.
Yeah. No, they're all doing great.
Yeah, thriving, for real.
Yeah, now I understand why you're so confused when I said
I was like,
ChatGPT's
hold
coming for
on,
Sydney.
is my job in trouble? Like, should I know something? Am I
Yeah.
working for a robot?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just fucking
Hopefully.
around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's next?
What is your biggest regret?
I feel like generally I try not to have any.
Mhm.
Like, I really don't live my life in a way of, like, feeling, like, regret. I feel like I feel guilty for some things, but I also, like, I guess on this deep tangent myself, like, I think I'm someone who I've always been super, like, perfectionistic, and, like, I find, like, I think I guess a regret and just, like, a lifestyle is, like, sometimes I, like, spoil things for myself in the way that, like, just because it wasn't perfect, I felt like I couldn't enjoy it, or, like, take satisfaction in something, or, like, second guess, like, oh, like, I said hey instead of, like, hi, like, oh my god, why did I do that? You know, like, stupid things, like, not that stupid, but, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I usually don't regret much because ultimately, like, I think when you have a mistake and something you recognize as a mistake, it's an opportunity to, like, alright, like, you know what, like, I said something stupid, like, I'm never gonna say that again, and, like, that is, like, an amazing lesson to learn now. Or, like, something where, like, a situation where it's, like, I think usually, like, at least myself, I learn a lot from the things I get wrong. Like, every exam question that I miss, like, I go back and look and be like, why did I do that? But, like, those aren't regrets, though. Because,
Yeah.
like, I think, like, it's normal to mess up. It's normal to, like,
Yeah.
not
It's
always get it right, but I think I sometimes am not productive in ways where, like, I feel, like, dissatisfaction because, like, my standard is here. But, like, what if the reality of the situation where the best it could ever be is, like, here?
Yeah.
Then, like, I feel like there's, like, a cycle of almost, like, not unhappiness, but, like, dissatisfaction in certain regards of life because it's not, like, perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think that's something that I'm definitely, like, obviously self-aware of because I'm talking about it. But I think that's something that I want to get to because life is so good.
Mhm.
Life is literally, like, we have the best friends in the world, amazing family, health is great. Like, we have so many people that we love and love us, like, to not see the value in things just because they're not perfect or not total value type deal is just, like, a waste. And I know my ultimate regret would be, like, living my life in a way to where, like, I spoiled things for myself from some, like, unrealistic expectation that isn't even real. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be an actual life regret, like, when I'm 80 on my deathbed or something.
Yeah. Realizing-
Super morbid. But I think that I don't have regrets, but I think trying to prevent one is, like...
Yeah, it's almost like in the process of trying to not do anything bad, it's like you didn't really
Yeah, you weren't
anything.
yourself, you
Yeah.
know? Like, there's so many things that are just, like, I wasn't perfect, or, like, I think people... I also feel like I regret, I guess, is, like, I feel like trying to prove myself when I didn't need to. I feel like trying to be things, like, I think that's not specific to myself. I think a lot of people find themselves, like, if they're not confident in something, they'll try and, like, develop, like, something else that they are, or, like, just try and be someone, like, that they think is better, but, like, that doesn't mean, like, you know, like, you don't have to prove yourself, even though I feel like there's a lot of times, like, where we grew up, I feel like there's a lot of that
Oh, yeah.
as a culture of, like, being, like, the best at whatever, or, like,
Yeah.
things like that, and I think that can be really hard for, like, kids. Like, some of my brother's friends, like, they struggle with not being, like, the best at things, or, like, I feel like everyone can relate to that, so I think, like, that's something where I'm like, I don't need to, like, compare myself to my friends or, like, my family or, like, anything like that. Because, like, if I ask myself, like, oh, yeah, like, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so why am I trying to, like, get that affirmation from other people when, like, they probably know it too, like, if I'm actually that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, yeah. I think that's all I got for that, really.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you said, like, it's almost, what's the old saying? You have to break some eggs to make an omelet. It's like, you can't do that if you're going to be walking on eggshells.
Yeah. And it's so true. It's just, like, don't spoil things for yourself. Like, there are enough, like, lemons you can have in a day that are out of your control, but, like, if you can control it, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't choose to be that way. But you know what they say, coach is coach, they don't play. So I'm like, don't be that way. And then I'm like, you did that wrong. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm the same way. I coach, I ain't play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was like, are you a perfectionist too? Like, how did I not know
What,
this?
you can't see by my perfect little studio area right
Oh,
here?
stop it. My room's a tornado right now.
Yeah, no,
No shame.
I cleaned a little bit.
No, your room actually looks really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, this is usually, maybe my desk, but...
I actually have never been here before. Like, I didn't know what to expect, but this is, like, probably on par. In your gaming situation, got your jerseys, got your Mingo shirt.
Flamingo shirt, yeah, everything's...
Let's go.
Everything here is organized by, what's it called, like type. You got, like, long sleeve button downs, then short sleeve button down, and then so, within that, it's all color coordinated from white, then red, or blue, then red, and like I said...
Who is that up there?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He played for the Lakers in the 80s, and he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Also the reason I got into basketball was him.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Born Lou Alcindor. Converted to Islam and became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wait, stop. I really actually think I've heard of him.
Yeah, no, he's
I mean, he's styling.
yeah, no,
See
he's
those
fine.
goggles? Are you kidding me?
Exactly. Those goggles are why I got into basketball. That's
You actually in basketball? Yeah, you actually are. You did rec, did you not?
yeah, but I was in rec. I had 0 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds.
But Landon, who's
one
a better
foul.
sport? Like, I don't even think I could have done that at that time. Being like, I know I'm gonna be so bad. Like, I'm not gonna put myself out there like that. But like, you did. So like,
I
that's
thought you were on
so
all baskets,
cool.
no balls.
I was the hype woman of that. Me, Isha, I think Angela played. I don't know.
Yeah.
Angela actually.
She's a hooper.
Low-key, yeah. Like, she had it. I was like, oh my god. Like, yeah. She's so cool. Good for her.
Shout out the GOAT.
For real. I'm actually getting drinks with her on Friday.
Oh, word. Tell her I say hi.
I will.
Yeah. And if she doesn't say hi, just excommunicate her. You don't need that.
For real.
What are you most worried about?
Someone who's, like, oddly perfectionistic. Like, I can't think of, like, too many, like, big life worries besides the one I've already said of just, like, you know, not being, like, happy because of, like, perfectionism, which is so, like, crazy. But I think on, like, a more realistic, non-existential crisis level, like, academic-related things, like, I think, usually I'm pretty cool about all that stuff, and I had this, like, mini crisis after last semester where I was just, like, worried, like, you can get all the grades, like, you can get straight A's, like, had it, like, I was like, okay, like, great academics, but, like, intrinsically, like, I'm worried intrinsically about, like, making sure that I actually, like, remember and retain that information. And I feel like that's a sincere worry of mine. And, like, for, like, many reasons. Because I think, like, intrinsically, like, I haven't had myself tested yet to where I'm like, oh, I actually don't remember that from last semester because, like, I crammed or, like, I did whatever. And, like, even though it turned out well, like, intrinsically I'm worried about not knowing it. Or, like, because it's not just, like, you miss it on a test. Like, if you miss out on a person, one, that person's life is in some sort, like, usually if you're in a hospital, you're probably having a really bad day.
Yeah.
Or if, like, you're in the emergency room, wherever you are, like, we're probably seeing you, like, you're probably not having a great day. So, like, that is something that, like, I know comes with time, experience, and, like, specialization. Like, I have to remind myself, like, not doing everything that is pertinent to knowing for, like, clinical medicine. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's one, you're not gonna remember everything. Two, you're trying to learn all of this, but, like, that's why you have specialties. Because then you need to know just, like, all of this. So, like, I think that's something that, like, I need to remember, but, and just developing confidence with that stuff.
Yeah.
That's That scares me. So that's a worry.
I mean, I'm sure it comes with time. I'm sure that, like, every young doctor, you know, their first time is like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Versus, like,
Bro.
I'd say it gets any easier, but it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you don't have that, like, stress of, like,
Yeah.
first time. First time doing anything is tough. You know,
And then they
like,
say, it's like, have you done this before? And you're like, yeah, on a model. But, like, you've done it, so you're not
Yeah.
lying.
I mean,
But
to
it's
be
like,
yeah, to be honest, I'd be equally scared if, you know, my first, or if I was in surgery and my, you know, person was like, oh yeah, I've tried this before online.
yeah, I
I'm
watched
DeVry.
a YouTube video first. Have you seen the commercial? I think it's Progressive. They're like, guess who just got reinstated? Like, it's a doctor walking by. It's some insurance commercial. It was so silly. And I was like, ooh, I don't want someone who's there first. But it's like, how do you,
Yeah.
you gotta get over it. You
need
know?
the experience.
You gotta get it somehow.
Yeah. You can't
So-
do it on the dolls all day.
Wish. Touche.
What is the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
I think this is one. I've always had mixed feelings about this. I got waitlisted at my school that I'm in right now, and that hit me like a car. Because, like, I mean like a car. So funny, I found out that I got waitlisted, and then I found out that I got COVID the next day, and then I found out I couldn't have Thanksgiving with my family.
Jesus.
So, like, that was, like, that span of 48 hours, like, maybe that wasn't last year. I don't know. It was before Thanksgiving, not this past. That's, like, the roughest thing that I can remember happening to me, where I was, like,
Yeah.
distinctively, like,
blow after blow after blow.
like, and though they weren't, like, you know, light things like that, sucked. Because I was just, like, I was crazy. So anyone who's applied to PA school, med school, whatever, like, the keys, like, it's rolling admissions. My portal opened, like, I think it was, like, April? And then, I applied 5 days before the deadline to 2 schools. Most people apply to, like, 10 to 15. So I applied to 2 schools. I applied 5 days before the deadline. This is not a picture of success. But, like, I knew, like, I was very confident in myself, because, like, one of the things, like, being a perfectionist is, like, life, you, like, can suck in the meantime, but when you actually get something right, there's, like, nothing more satisfying. Like, it is, like, yes! Like, my application to my PA school, I was like, this is it. Like, I'm so in. And I was so confident in myself. And I crushed my interviews. I got, like, both, like, the old head of our program and the new head of our program, and I just knew, like, my people reading skills, kidding. But, like, I really, like, every interview I've had, I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't get that. Like, I just knew, like, right after, and I knew I just knew I got it. Like, 100%. I was so hyped. I was like, let's go. Like, that's it. Like, I applied to my school that was, like, practical, it was close, it has a good reputation, like, all these things, like, I like that they do community service, blah, 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 Columbus, and then they're like, you've been waitlisted. And I cried like a baby. Like, I was down bad. And then that definitely, like, shook me, because I was like, well, I was so confident in myself. I never questioned myself once, like, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was so confident, and then to hear that, I was, like, devastated. And it wasn't until actually a few months ago that there were, like, the new cohort comes in, and, like, we can visit them, like, on our lunch break and be like, hey, like, while they're interviewing. And then one of my, like, favorite teachers, favorite people, she was telling me about that, and she's like, yeah, like, when did you apply? And then it just came a conversation. I was like, yeah, I got waitlisted. She's like, there's no way. And then I told her, and it was, like, because I applied so late, I got a really late, like, interview date.
Yeah.
And she was like, all the seats were full by then. We were interviewing for a full class. And then I was like, that made me feel so much better. Because then I was like, okay, I wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, the situation that I was in. And she was like, yeah, by then, like, our class is full. We were just interviewing for the wait list.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I felt pretty good about that after that. Because I was like, that was the worst. Which, like, I'm thankful for, because, like, even though it is the worst and it, like, is something that I've wanted for middle school. Like, people had some hard stuff happen, like, family stuff, COVID stuff, like, so I'm like, even that, like, that's still a champagne problem at the end of the day, you know?
I mean, hey, I feel like it makes you appreciate it more, you know, like...
That, I realized when this is pathetic, I was crying in the RPAC bathroom. That's when I got the email. So, after my workout, I, like, cried in the bathroom. No, I was at work, actually. And I left work to cry in a bathroom that wasn't in our building because I didn't want anyone seeing, like, what is wrong with her. I was like, I was so embarrassing. And then I realized, like, before I was kind of like, I don't really know if I want to go to that school. Like, I feel like that school's kind of like, But then, like, after not getting in, I was like, I didn't realize how much I wanted it until I didn't get it. And then I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I was like, it made it so much better. It made it so much better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, shout out. I mean, look at you now.
Yeah.
1 year down, 2 to go, right?
Halfway done with, like, the first year, and then I only have 1 more year. But then I'm, like, in hospitals and stuff. I'm doing like, real people stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do I need to injure myself to make sure that you're taking care of me?
Give me, like, 15 years.
15 years?
Nah, give me, like, 5.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
I can't wait that long.
I can't wait that long. That's too long being stressed and being like, am I doing it right?
What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
Ooh, our Zoom. I haven't laughed that hard with, like, the guys just being so silly. They were hilarious. Like, I just remember, like, not having laughed that hard in so long. Like, I was just like, oh my god, our friends are hilarious. You're hilarious. Like, I think I was laughing the hardest at you. It's like, he is so crazy. I also think I laugh a lot with my family. We're all very silly, which is great because, like, I feel like I'd normally be, like, a very serious person and, like, very, like, ugh. But I think, like, I have such a goofy side that, like, I think it balances it out. Because, like, as serious as I am, I love laughing. I love making other people laugh. Like, it's the best medicine.
Yeah.
But, it's true, though. So, like, that... And then this is also super random. So Chris, like, listens to podcasts. He listens at, like, 1.8 speed.
Oh, same. What?
That's crazy!
I need to churn through the podcast so I can get to the next podcast so I can... Cause I'm
Our podcasts are like Joe Rogan, Andrew Huberman podcasts.
No, it's a mix of sports, comedians, / shows,
No,
I guess.
I have to enjoy
And
them. If it's
tech.
academic, I'm listening 1.8 speed. I'm like dialed in, like pedal to the metal.
No, I've got it all, like...
leisure, like I'm going 1.25.
No, because then, like, you go to 1 time speed and just people are, like, talking, like, this slow. I'm
Yeah.
like, Conan, I need you to talk faster. I have things to do.
Yes. And weirdly enough, like, he told me to listen. There was, like, I mean, I don't listen to podcasts, really, because, I don't know. But, like, I listened to one with, like, Post Malone, and weirdly enough, like, Joe Rogan. Like, I don't know. He told me to listen to Smiley Cyrus one, and I was like, that's interesting. So I listened to that, and it was just the next one on deck.
Yeah.
Post Malone is so goofy. I think you two would be awesome friends. Like, if I had to pick a celebrity soulmate, I think it'd be him.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems
You
like a
have
cool
to
guy.
agree. You have to. I mean, if it's not him,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like...
he's hilarious. He's so chill. He lives in Utah.
Utah?
Smokes. He, like, loves just, like, hanging out with friends. He likes animals. Like, he's so just, like, chill.
Seems like a cool guy.
And I just remember actually, like, laughing, listening, and I was like, I really haven't listened to, like, somebody and, like, laughed like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
But I was listening to Conan O'Brien's podcast.
Yeah.
Love the dude. And he was, like, talking to, like, Jane Fonda about, like, their areolas or something. And, like, I was, like, bench
Jane
pressing.
Fonda.
And, like, I nearly dropped it, like, on my chest because I was, like, laughing. And I was like, oh, no. Where'd the power go?
You're like,
Like, I don't know.
those scare me, though. Because, like, if that thing falls, like, that can, like...
Oh, come on. Do you think I can't bench press? I'm gonna, I would never die. That would be the most embarrassing way to die. Like, he bent.
No, I feel like that those things just stress me out. Because, like, when I see the guys that I feel like he's not a gym culture sport. It's like, we go and we're like, this sucks. And, like, I can't even bench, like, the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you just saw that form. Yeah, so I could never, and that scares me. Because, like, well, what if you, like, don't have anyone to spot you and then it's, like, breaks your chest?
I did that once back when we were in the Vatican. I just kind of, like, rolled it, like... I mean, luckily I don't, like, bench enough where it's, like, I'm fucked. I just kind of, like, rolled it, like, off me to the ground, and then I was like...
But,
well,
like,
good thing I'm drunk right now. And
why were you working out? I have so many
I
questions.
love working out drunk. It's a bad... I have a lot of... Like, I don't know why, but exercise drunk is so much more fun. Like, walking, running, lifting, like... It's a weird thing I do. I don't know.
No
It's not like...
That's so bad.
It's not like I choose to do it. I'll, like, wake up the next morning, I'm like, why am I so fucking drunk landed? Like...
That's hilarious.
It's a weird
We
thing.
get so many hammered people just doing so many silly things. Like, the stories from the ER I hear, I'm like...
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Crazy.
With
So
the
don't-
patients or with the doctors?
Oh my god, the patients, not doctors.
Yeah, I was about to say, like...
Oh, man, no, that'd be a legal issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, patients.
What is your favorite tradition?
There's so many good ones.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like anything with the holidays. You know what? I'm a big fall girl. That's so basic. Like, next I'm gonna say I love sunsets. True. But that's also so basic. But I think, like, tradition, I've always just think, like, Christmas time. Like,
Mhm.
winter. Because I feel like September is, like, the ball rolling, like, the best part of the year. Like,
Yeah.
September, birth month, so I'm like, it's a party. And then October, Halloween, which is, like, fun in college. But now that we're adults, like, what do we do?
I feel like...
You
I
know?
feel like Halloween goes from you're a kid to, like, oh, it's weird to trick-or-treat, then you're in a, like... You're in college where it's fun.
Then it's alcohol.
And then I feel like young adult, you can still get away with it, and then afterwards, it's just kind of like, yeah, peters out.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, so, like, we're kind of at the weird age where it's like, maybe we
It's
go to
acceptable.
standard, but, like, in a few years, it's like, get a life.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what some people are like, oh, they're too old to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
at bars. But I would definitely say Christmas. I feel like my grandma came from the Czech Republic. Big potatoes woman. But, like, she has, like, the best fish recipe. She gets it from some, like, I don't want to say some, like, nice chef's kitchen, but she gets, like, the best fish. And she's someone, like, you know how, like, there's good cooks and then the great cooks are ones where, like, they don't even need the recipe? And then
Mhm.
they just, like, execute to, like, such great, like, and it's like, whoa. Like, she can cook. So I feel like that's always been so special. And then they had the tradition that they would always get, like, a silver dollar or, like, one of those large dollar coins, like a Sacagawea or something like that. And they would always put it under our plates because, like, you always need to start the new year with, like a good thing of luck or, like, a dollar in your pocket or something
Yeah.
like that. So I feel like that was always something where, like, as you, like, hear of what more people do, like, I realized, like, other people didn't have that. Like, it's always, like, this to die for fish dinner. Like, people do, like, lamb and steak. Those are fire.
Mm.
But, like, I just think it's, like, the sentiment plus, like, she's just amazing at cooking. So I
Yeah.
feel like Christmas tradition, big time. And then, I think life traditions, I will call a friend, like, on the drive home. Like, I always just, like, call, like, someone. Like,
Mhm.
I'll call, like, Sonia or, like, my other friends in P school, like, Natalie or Brooke, and, like, we'll just chat. You
Mhm.
know? So, like, I feel like they're, like, little daily traditions that are fun.
Yeah.
But big ones, I feel like, are always holidays, like that.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's got something for the holidays, especially Christmas. I don't know. I found out a lot, like,
Oh, yeah!
I don't know. Like, I feel like, you know, that being someone that doesn't celebrate Christmas, like, hearing everyone's Christmas traditions make me, because I already
Do you
love
hear the
Christmas. Like, look, I love the spirit, I love the colors, I love the music, I love the
Oh, yeah.
taste, but, like, now it's,
Yeah.
like, this extra stuff. I didn't realize that. I just thought it was just presents, but it's, like, all the
No, I
tradition.
mean,
like, the-
materialism, for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, no, like, the family stuff, plus, like, my grandparents are in Cleveland. They're also so cute. They're, like, the cutest people. They're so wholesome. My grandma's a savage, though. She's savage. My grandma's so cute. They're both cute. But them, I just love seeing them. Like, they're people I wish, like, I was able to spend more time with, like, not being, like, 2.5 hours away. So,
Yeah.
definitely that. And my aunt. Like, all my, like, my
Okay.
mom doesn't have any, family. It's, like,
Yeah.
her sister don't have any kids, and it's just her. So, like, I feel like I really appreciate those smaller relationships, like, with them.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Once again, shout out the entire Bell family.
I'm loaded. Loaded in cool genetics.
Yeah, no, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles.
Oh my god. Yeah, my aunt's crazy.
Yeah.
She's cool, though. She's cool, but she's crazy.
I'm sure. I
She's
mean,
got
if she's
gas.
anything like you,
No. I'm minor league.
sure.
Get out.
Well,
Okay.
Let me guess. She likes pumpkin tea along with the fall and the Starbucks and the.
Let's be real.
sunsets.
Who doesn't? If you say you don't, you're lying. You are lying if you say you don't love the fall time. You don't like stepping on a crisp leaf. You don't like a good apple. Ohio, fall season, the pinnacle.
Like flannels season, but I don't know. I don't-
Cozy. It's
The-
sunny.
The pumpkin everything's the one thing I'll never get behind.
Okay.
I don't like pumpkins.
I don't like overly sweet drinks either. I want to clarify that. I'm not a frappuccino girl. Like, a good cold brew, I'm good.
I don't see it.
Actually, my favorite drink is a grande shaken espresso, light ice, non-fat milk.
Can you translate to me what that means?
You just have
I don't
to go on
speak
the app.
Starbucks.
It's the third row. That's embarrassing. Third
Oh,
row steps
come
all the way to
on.
the right. I know.
You're exposing yourself. I don't even need to do this.
All right, white flag. Next.
Who is your hero?
Ooh. You got a lot of good ones.
What can I say?
Can you imagine what Sophia's were on that podcast? Where she was like, I'm realizing these are a little deep. And I was like, what is in there?
Yeah, I talked to her now the night before, and I'm pretty sure she might have stole some of these.
Stop.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, these are
LLCs?
good for like a one-on-one situation. But
I love one-on-one conversations. That's
Yeah.
like my number one thread environment. I can't do like a whole big audience. Like, you know, Shannon or like Adam and Hudson are all like could talk to like.
crowd pleasers. Not crowd pleasers. That sounds bad. But like they're a life of a party.
They're definitely like so social. Can work a room. There's like charisma off the charts. Like they're
Yeah.
just so. I'm like, they're so cool. Like everyone like. They're so fun. Like, you never, like, but I think I'm just not that, I just am not that way. Like, in a large setting, but in a small setting, I'm much more like, you know, but, what was your question?
Who's your hero?
My hero? I think probably my dad.
Mm.
I think he's just someone who he's taught me so much and, like, has shaped me the most, because, like, if you meet him, you'll be like, oh, they're the same. Like, they're the same person. Kind of. I'm cooler. Kidding. But I definitely think my dad, because he's someone who has always valued, like, working hard. And he's someone who, like, grew up with, like, nothing. Like, he was sincerely, like, nothing. And, like, he's worked so hard. It's not to say he hasn't had opportunities and other things that have, like, helped him on his way. But, like, he's always just valued, like, hard work, and like he's just an awesome leader. Like, he has exceptional leadership skills, and he has such like a tactful way of like being effective in what he does in a professional sense, and like he has such great advice, and like he's someone where like he's like, I go to my mom for like, Mom, I'm having a bad day, and like cry and like whatever, like that, but like he's someone where it's like, if I need to like make a plan, like if I'm just like, okay, it's time to like get it done, like definitely 100%, like he just gets it. Like he gets like wanting to do well and like accomplish like what goals you set out to do, and like he's always like, what I appreciate the most is like he's always believed and like supported me, like unequivocally, like never for a second has he not like supported me for like stupid things. Like when I did field hockey, I think like it wasn't, I mean it was fine, but I wasn't like I did for a college resume booster type deal. Like, I played for 2 years, and that was, like, it. And I'd never done it before that. So, like, I wasn't expecting to be, like, LeBron James. But, like, he would go to every single one of my games. If it was raining, he would be in the car at an away game, like, watching me with binoculars. Like, I was, like, he's always, like, even from when I was young, like, no matter what it was, he's just, like, supported me in things, whether it's, like, dance and sports. So, like, he's always been big into, like, sports. But just, like, for, like, PA school stuff. Like, he's someone who has, like, a book. Literally from, like, I found it. And it was from, like, 2010. He finally gave it to me because, like, it was everything of, like, how to get into PA school, like, how to build your resume up to, like, when you're applying, up to, like, when you're in school, up to, like, when you find a job.
Wow.
And he finally gave me it, and he had, like, post-notes and everything. And, like, he always researches things. He, like, always just, like, supports us. And, like, he knows, like, when to push you, like, to be better type deal. Like, he's always believed in me, was like, no, you gotta work harder. And I was like, you're right. And so, like, he's always someone that I've, like, admired for, like, his work ethic, and, like, he has such just a good view on things. And I also think he's a really good read on people, and I think that's something that I respect, because he's, like, does all that. And he does so much for, like, my family, too. So, I've always respected that. It's pretty cool. So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Oh, shout out your dad.
Yeah.
No?
Is this even about me anymore?
No, at this point it's just the Bell family featuring
I'm
something.
sorry. Maybe that should be the title of this.
Yeah, no, can you actually call your dad? I want to interview him too.
Oh my god, no, he's pretty sick. He's a clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown in college.
Really? Let me see his college scrapbook. I'm dying now.
See his, like, fraternity book. Like, oh my god.
No, that's how I feel like looking at my dad's scrapbook.
Your dad wasn't a frat?
He was in Sammy.
No.
He was, you know, the giant castle that ATO's in right now?
Yeah.
He lived in that.
That's actually kind of a cute moment, though.
Theoretically, he could have lived in one of the rooms that he lived in, but he doesn't know where he lived in. I don't want him in that house, but yeah, no.
Fair enough. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's hilarious to me.
Funny how things work.
Yeah, for real.
What is the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
I feel like this past month I've, like, really had a lot. I've seen a lot of people that I just, like, love to bits. Like, I feel like it's been such a good month. Like, with the last semester ending, I was able to, like, hang out with Chris for 2 weeks, which was, like, super fun. I went to Minnesota, and I went to Minnesota. But, that was fun. Our Zoom call, so fun. I'm making, like, deliberate plans to, like, hang out with people before life is stressful.
It's funny.
I know. And I think, like, that's just been, like, the best thing is just, like, really being able to, like, have time to, like, have those, like, relationships and, like, catch up and, like, all of those awesome things. And, yeah, no complaints. And this!
Yeah.
Duh.
It's been a great month. What can you say?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, just so much time around me. I think that's the theme of it all.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And our Zoom, that was so fun.
That was fun. Yeah, no, like you said, like, especially, like, if/when we do that again, considering it's probably more when than an if.
I'm about to repost her thing. Like, in a few weeks, I'll be like, cocktails with Sophie and I, but I'll, like, send it again just to see.
Yeah, just, like, cross out the April and be, like, June.
New date.
Yeah.
Revised edition.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be shitty not being able to be, like, because I think that, like, that was definitely the most fun way to do that was definitely, like, having, like, us, like, 6 in the same room.
Oh, yeah, because
Like,
I
passing
had, like,
around the
60
iPad.
people. The iPad. Shout out Josh for being behind all that.
Yeah.
That was work.
That was goofy, and then, like, having to, like, go up and, like, rearrange the screens to make sure that we could see everyone.
Kylie.
Yeah, because at one point Kylie
yeah.
was, like, you know,
Yeah.
right behind his laptop.
We're like, we don't have to see us. We know we're silly.
Yeah, but then Baldwin was kind of behind the laptop, and we were like,
He
yeah,
was
that's
so,
good
I
enough.
think he just, like, Irish goodbye. Like, he was just, like, gone.
Him and Code.
Yeah. Cody's hilarious. I didn't realize how funny Cody was
Love
until I
him.
was like, he's hilarious. Like,
I love that kid. He's definitely...
what's he up to? He graduated,
Going to
so.
grad school here, actually, so you have another year of him.
Shut up. What's he doing?
Sports science, health stuff. Sports management. I don't know, sports.
I think that's perfect for someone who has, like, 2 footballs and, like, glass cases and, like, a...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you've seen.
Perfect. From what I've seen, his jersey's so readily available, it's like, makes sense.
I know. Kid's gonna have the time of his life.
Oh, he's gonna crush it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's gonna be great. Like I said, I've been. This gap year's been great because I hung out so much with him. Kid's great.
Aww. Yay.
Yeah.
Cute.
What do you think your past self would think of you now?
Probably think I'm, like, pretty cool, to be honest. Like, I just think that, like, I've had such a cool, like, life experience. Like, I don't know how far past self is, like, what, 10? Or something? I don't know.
Your call.
Alright, fair enough. But, like, I feel like I've done everything and, like, learned so much, like, I'm, like, always, like, reflecting and, like, self-aware of, like, how I'd want to do things, like, in a healthy way. Like, I think I was like, okay, I'm, like, dissing my past self, so, like, gotta ignore the high school part.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like I just took things so seriously, but, like, reflecting, I was like, I don't think I could have taken it, like, less seriously. Like, I don't know at that time, like, how I could have been less, like, how I could have, like, been more chill, like, seriously. But then I realized I was like, okay, like, there's more to, like, you've got to chill out. So then, like, I had, like, the best college experience. It was, like, I think I'd be proud of myself for being, like, very well-rounded, like, intrinsically, because, like, I balanced, like, having an awesome relationship with Chris, with, like, my friends in school, and, like, working 20 hours a week, and, like, doing all this stuff in college, and, like, finding things that I really, like, loved, and, like, always, like, I was always mindful, like, I spent time with people in college who made me so happy. Like, I think I never, like, I learned, I was like, okay, like, there's some things, like, I'm like, I don't want to hang out with them, so I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's simple things like that, like, allow you to truly, like, enjoy, like, my coworkers that I worked with were, like, some of my, like, best friends. They're still the friends, like, I call now. Like, they were awesome. All the Palace girls, amazing. And, like, you guys, fabulous. Like, I had so many great, like, aspects of my life and, like, clubs that I actually liked that are, like, nerdy, but I love them. Like, my PA club, like, yeah. Like, things like that. So, I really enjoyed, like, I feel like having a well-rounded pursuit of, like, what I've done, and I've, like, achieved everything I've wanted to achieve. Like, I have, like, amazing friends, an amazing relationship. I'm in grad school at, like, I've dreamed since I was, like, literally 13, which is so lame, but, like, I've, like, made it in so many ways that, like, matter. And I feel like I've just met so many awesome people that, like, I'd be probably really, like, happy and, like, proud of myself of being, like, wow, like, that's, like, a dream life, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Like,
gotta revel in it.
gotta say, I mean, like, we've just known you for what, like...
Ever. I don't know
I
how
don't
you
want to do the math on that, but, like, I mean...
tolerated me.
I mean, tolerate is definitely the right word there. But, yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like, seeing you, like... I don't want to say grow up, considering, like...
I thought that about you the other day when I was seeing this. I'm like,
Stop.
I've seen Landon when he was like 4'11".
Yeah?
Shorter.
Back when I was a fish man.
What?
You've seen my freshman year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do recall. I do recall your lanyard. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
fish man.
But like I remember, like we really have seen each other grow up. Like we've known each other the longest out of like anybody. Maybe not like what? Any other high school friend? Chase.
Yeah. You're definitely like one of the longest people I've not.
But how special is that? To
Yeah.
have a friendship that's literally lasted so long, and like I never would have like expected things to turn out as cool as they have.
No, the craziest part is like you of all people. You know,
Why?
like not to say you of all people, but it's like all right, if you ask either of us in high school, like of all the people you know in like New Albany right now, who's probably like the person you're still gonna be hanging out with like at 22, 23? And like I don't think either of us would have said each other.
No, but how cool is life though? Like that's life.
Yeah. Shit is poetry. And the fact that I don't get it, but it's
It
pretty
works
cool.
out. Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
I drink to that.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
What do you think your purpose in life is?
I really think it is to like help other people.
Mhm.
I guarantee you like 50 other people have said that, so like I can't expect that to be like a novel response, but I really do think that like I just love my relationships with people. So like that was like my prized possession, like my friendships, my family, like Chris, like all these things that are like so important to me that like if there's a regret, it's like not doing those better. But I'm like, okay, you still have to like learn and grow and all that jazz, but like being like a better friend, coworker, person, but like going into healthcare, like it's never about the money. If you want money, like you probably want a business. You have a way better lifestyle most times.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's something that like I just like truly love helping other people, and I totally credit like my parents that because each one of us are so different. My brothers and I, we all like that is like our what we love doing. Like my youngest brother, so cool, does everything to help like anyone. My oldest brother's the same way, but all of us are so different in like our skill sets in helping other people. So it's like that's something that I've always cared so much about, and I think like it really is a privilege to like care for people in a healthcare setting because like you get to be the one person that can hopefully make like their literal situation and like their day hopefully better. So like that's such like a humbling experience. Like it is. And then like if I can help like my friends, like I love like listening and being able to give them advice and like help them with like whatever. Like I'm definitely a quality time person, so like if I can like help them with that and just like leave things better than like how you found it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just think like this could be like the world's longest answer, but really just like helping people and like whatever way that is, because I think like you're never gonna hurt anyone by being like kind to them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can always make someone's day better. You just like why not be nice? You know?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, how you found your calling with PA stuff? I mean.
I love it. It's so all about the relationships with like your patients and like all that stuff, because like you get to spend so much more time with them than like usually a doctor would, because they like bill a lot and like it depends obviously on the specialty and stuff, but it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Are you fulfilled?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I like sometimes it's like little things like you can think about, because there's always like if you choose to see it as like something like you stubbed your toe, oh I'm not fulfilled, but it's just like I'm wealthy beyond my ears in like everything that matters. Like I really am. Like I'm so fulfilled, like I'm healthy, like I sound like a broken record, but like it's true. Like relationships, like I'm literally living my dream. Like I've gotten PA school, like I'm learning what I love, and like it's such a sustainable profession, because I feel like a lot of people sometimes find themselves in like this rut of like I don't love this, but I'm like doing it, but like I can make money off of it to do things I love, but like I'm so fulfilled in that, and just like it's seriously like life couldn't be better. So it's like I have to like remind myself of that. Sometimes it's like wait, like it is so good. So definitely fulfilled.
Yeah, like glad you feel like we get like to your in these like not ruts, whatever the opposite of ruts is, where it's like, you know, you just kind of like are going through life, you don't appreciate how good it is at the moment.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. I need to get into mindfulness again. I went on, like, a mindfulness tangent, and, like, life really is, like, when you stop to look around, like, it's, like, oh, like, when you're actually aware of those things and, like, you prime your brain to, like, expect and see good things, I feel like you truly do have, like, a better appreciation for things.
Yeah,
So.
no, I definitely need to get better at that, because, dude, I don't know about you, but I feel like 23's, or 22 went a lot faster than 21, and
Oh my God!
and
I feel like it's such a whirlwind. Like, every day, like, there are always so many things that, like, we're all so, like, passionate, like, very goal-oriented people, I feel, that, like, we're always working towards something. Like, I'd be like, okay, this checklist is done, but, like, I wouldn't savor, like, doing that thing. I'd just be like, okay, next.
Yeah.
So I think it's, like, that kind of cycle, being like, okay, like, just take a second.
Especially like,
Chill.
in the working world, where it's like you work for the weekend, and then like the weekend goes like that, and then you work for the. I don't know. I feel like I'm living like weeks at a time. Like I blink and it's like Friday, and then I blink and it's Friday,
So fast.
and it's like, where did Monday to Thursday go? I didn't like that part. I was working, but it's like I want to remember the shit I did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully I like my work. I'm fulfilled now, but I'm like, that'd be such a trap. You walk in, you're like, this sucks. Like.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine. You
I
know?
hope. You too.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chicago.
Yeah. No. Look, Dr. Bell. It's gonna be the best doctor in the world.
Get out of here. No.
Come on. Give yourself some credit.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Where do you see yourself going the next 5 years, both personally and professionally, but more on the personal side?
Ooh, I think I'll follow your suit in the whole, like, next big adventure out of, you know, Ohio. Not even, like, Ohio necessarily, but just, like, out of, like, here.
Columbus.
Yeah. Columbus, New Albany, just having that adventure for
Mhm.
myself. Definitely see Chris, for sure, which is, like,
yeah.
if he doesn't say that about me, I'm gonna be like, ooh.
Go back to tape.
Stop. Yeah, I just, like, personally, hopefully doing what I love and probably having some cool people with me. I don't know. Definitely Chris, and hopefully I have... Actually, that's not true. I love just about everybody I've worked with that's, like, my age in healthcare, and those are people that, like, there's something about people that just, like, get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the ones that are like, oh, like, I get their shift, or, like, you have so much in common with them, and you spend gross amounts of time together. Like, it's sort of, like, I mean, it'll be even more when you're actually a professional, but, like, hopefully meeting some, like, really cool people to, like, learn from, because, like, when you come in with, like, literally no clinical experience, like, you have nothing, like, I think it'll be really cool to be able to, like, grow and have, like, mentorship. That's something I've always, like, loved, and, like, doing that and giving back. So, like, hopefully still being friends with, like, all of our amazing friends, and, like, all the Palace girls, and, like, even friends from home, and, like, everyone else I've met along the way. I feel like that's something that is so special, like we talked about, that, like, that's something you want to, like, definitely make the effort to do. So I feel like 5 years, that, and I guess I kind of did a little bit of both, personal and professional. But
Yeah. No.
yeah.
You'll be soaring.
Hope you too.
Thank
Get
you.
out of here.
Then, what do you want to have done by the next time we film another podcast episode? I don't know when that'll be, but I'm saying 3+ years from now.
I'll be done with PA school.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be employed. Hopefully. Well, yeah. Thank you. I'll need it. Hopefully I'll have, like, a big girl job, and I'll be living my next adventure. Like you said, I feel like Ohio's home, but, like, you've got to do stuff for yourself. You've got to see other pastures. So I feel like seeing a new place, because in a year and, like, almost kind of 2 years. No, like, a year and a half-ish, like, I'll be done. So then it's, like, that, I feel like that's the launching point of, like, you begin that next big life chapter. So hopefully, yeah, like, I feel like finishing this chapter, because, like, I've never not been a student, so I feel like that'll be a really cool thing. I feel like objective-wise, I'm, like, really, is there any, like, I'm just struggling to think, like, what objective-wise, I want to get into, like, prioritizing, like, running more. That sounds, like, silly. I don't think I'll, like, be cool enough to, like, run a marathon like Sophia.
I don't think that's cool.
Stop it. Yes, it is. But I think getting into more, like, healthy, like, sustainability, honestly. Like that, and obviously keeping relationships amazing, and I can't think of more for 3 years, because I feel like That's like when it falls off. I feel like you have like the life plan for a long time. It's like, all right, high school, I know I'm gonna do this. Then in college, I know I'm gonna do this. And then it's like, you know what job you're gonna have, but then it's like.
Yeah.
So that's my what then is about. Exactly where you're projecting.
Yeah.
So.
It's a later issue.
Definitely, but that'll be cool though, because I feel like I'll have so much cool new stuff to bring.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like you said, it's end of this chapter and on to the next one, right?
That's crazy, because I've never known how to plan either, so I feel like that's kind of spontaneous, I guess.
I'm in the same boat. After I moved to Chicago, I don't really know what's next.
Bro, Chicago does not sound like a bad deal. They
Yeah.
pay a lot of money to do. Well, obviously, price of living. But
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I'm excited to see where I move out of state.
Hell yeah.
It could be, I would never say no to Chicago. But, I know.
You got a roommate?
Well, okay, crazy guy.
Hey, you and Chris could live together. That's what I'm saying.
I know, but like I don't know what he'll want to be doing.
You're right. Okay, so
That's
me and
also
you would
another
share.
variable that I'm kind of like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Chris for sure. No, he's the best.
No, he's the goat.
I know. I have to make sure that like I don't know, you and Parker don't move in, or Evan. Evan.
No,
the
we're
Rubik's
all
Cube.
gonna steal your man.
I know. It's just been a way of living, but
I mean, to be fair, he's very easy to have a man crush on.
stop.
I'm
Well,
just saying.
I know. Guilty.
Have you seen him? I mean, look.
Stop, Landon. Goodbye.
I didn't do. That was terrible phrasing. Alright, I'm gonna cut myself off here.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
the end of the conversation part of the podcast. Up and down, I've got some quick hitters for you.
All right.
So first thing that comes to mind,
Let's do it.
you have time to think. Just try not to overthink it. All right.
Deal.
All right. This is a moment in the mind of Samantha Nicole Bell.
Cool.
What's a song that's stuck in your head recently?
Honestly, the whole Taylor Swift album, I've never been a Swiftie until now, but now I'm kind of listening to some, and they're really catchy.
What is the album?
They're different. I know. There's some from the Cardigan one, and then there's also the Pink album. I don't know.
I
That's
don't
not
know
what you
any
want.
Taylor
That's not what
Swift.
the people want. But Taylor Swift has been oddly catchy in my head lately.
What's the 10-minute one?
Oh my God, she's doing one with John Mayer.
Ah.
Where she's gonna end his life exchange Jake Gyllenhaal.
Seriously?
real.
What is it like?
I don't know. I'm not a real Swiftie, but just lately I've listened to
I just wanna-
5 songs.
I just
Not
want to
whole
make a
album.
blah 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 Sammy's edition joke, but it's far past that.
Okay.
Now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
Off the Top of the Dome,
Mm.
I'd say Great Gatsby. It's the first page. It's an awesome novel.
Mm.
It's never. He's if before you judge someone, it's advice that the protagonist's dad gave me. He's before you judge someone, recognize that they may not have the same benefits or great life experiences as you have. So I feel that's always a very good. I think that's one to build your character, because it's before you judge someone they probably haven't had X, Y, or Z that I have.
Yeah.
So
Hey, it's a good one.
that was just from the Dome. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's the off the dome. See, I feel like that's the hardest one off the dome. Not gonna lie.
That was
It's-
a page 1.
Yeah.
It is literally the first page, so
Yeah.
I probably butchered that, but
Oh, you're fine.
that's the gist.
What is the best short movie you've seen the past month?
I'm just gonna modify the question. The Green Book. I haven't seen it the past month. Actually, I saw The Great Gatsby. That's a banger. Past month.
Mm.
The one with Leonardo DiCaprio, where they have actually got a hefty budget.
I need to see it. It's been on the to-do list for a bit.
I think after I read the book, I was like, it's time. Actually, no. Crazy Rich Asians. That is such a so dreamy.
What is the best thing you binged recently?
I watched the new Bridgerton thing. Not the best thing. I did not like it. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. It was mid.
Bridgerton, the one where it's the English Abbey.
Pretty much, yeah. And
Okay.
they had a new one out. I think they just greenlit it. Just put it through production. Didn't
Sure.
love it. Didn't understand it. I guess Suits. I actually did binge watch Suits.
Heard Suits is really good. You can watch it.
It actually is really good. I only got through season 3, 4, so I can't speak for more than that, but it's pretty good.
Gotcha. What's the best book you've read recently?
I read Crazy Rich Asians, which I feel it's just a leisure read. Okay, yeah, it's right off the book. This is lame, but I read a pretty good EKG book.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty lame.
Huh?
Yeah, it was good.
Right. You know the name of it all, or just you can always editors note it.
Yeah, editors note it, because I'll come back to you with that. But he really does break it down really easily.
Alright,
So, you guys have time.
Future Sammy, please remember the name of this when I ask you for it.
Okay, deal.
Yeah.
Be right here.
What is your current or most recent job?
I've been unemployed for so long. I actually worked at the Wells Student Health Center. And that was the most fun job I'll ever have ever again. That's where I got, like, all my friends, and, like, it was just so awesome. I loved it.
Fuck yeah.
It was like a TV show.
I'm sure. Do you own kids, and if so, how many?
Ooh, I do. I don't know, 2?
You gotcha?
3?
Yeah.
But, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not, nah.
Yeah, kids are expensive.
Bro, that's why pediatrician told my parents. After they had Justin,
Yeah.
it's like anything more than 3, it's expensive.
Yeah.
My parents were like, damn. But
They don't pay taxes either. It's like they don't contribute any income. They just kind of just eat your food and just take space in your house. They don't
my dad actually does get like a better something because I'm still a dependent. So.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works though. I'm
Me
not gonna
neither,
lie.
but like we did the math and he was like, nah, I'd be a benefit. I'm like, okay.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
What is your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be sit down or fast food?
North Star. It's egregiously expensive these days, but like I've never walked out of there not feeling good. Like I just love it. The ambiance fabulous, lighting fabulous, music fabulous, food fabulous.
Or Black Dude Burritos gas. Or not burrito, burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Brassica?
Yeah.
That's honestly up there.
Yeah.
Brassica, falafel,
Mm.
real deal.
Oh, it is. What is something that is underrated?
I'm gonna say PAs. I'm biased.
Mm.
But I feel like underrated. But I feel like we're on the rise. I feel like people know what we are. But I feel like most people are like, are you a nurse? I'm like,
Kind of.
are you a doctor? I'm just like, I'm in the middle.
Mm.
Kinda.
Hey,
But-
you're not a nurse assistant? What was it? Nurse practitioner.
They're like our sister. But
Yeah.
we're not the same.
I got you. Yeah. No, it's.
It's an
You-
interview question. It's that confusing. So
I know you've
don't.
explained this to me before, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I kind of get it, but not really.
I
but-
don't even get it. So it's fine.
Yeah, I got you. What is your biggest hot take?
Chris is gonna hate this because I know. But I really just don't feel the need to like eat like animal based products. Like I just don't feel the need. Like I feel like some people like love steak. They love like a burger, chicken or whatever. But I really just like could totally go without it. Like I just don't feel like if I could cut out meat, eggs, except for Whole Foods egg salad. So good. But like that type of stuff, I could just cut it out and never miss it.
That's a pretty hot take. I feel like.
I know. I'm not saying that's healthy. I would say I'm like dabble in pescatarianism, have salmon or fish oils or something. But like,
I feel like most
Don't
people
eat
that
it.
are like vegetarian of some sort, it's like for the ethics or whatnot. I've never.
true.
Like, you're the first person I've met that's just like it's not that good.
It's
Yeah.
like it's fine, but I like when do I crave it? Like, never. Like when do I eat it? If my mom puts it in front of me, I'm like I guess. But like I really don't feel like I need that in my diet. And I know it's not to say like you don't need protein and stuff like that. And I don't want to sound like a vegan who's like you can only eat like nut milk or whatever. But like
Yeah.
I just don't need it.
I get it.
Hot take.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh my god, I have so many. That's probably bad to say. When people are rude, I feel like that's a pet peeve.
What is your biggest insecurity?
I'm insecure when I like put myself into like an overthinking situation where I'm like, oh my god, I should have like acted this way or that way or things like that. I feel like I get insecure about those types of things. I feel like I'm insecure in like wanting validation from other people. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my god, I want them to like me or like I want this to be like so rainbows, and I feel like when sometimes that doesn't line up, I feel like insecure in myself in like that way type deal. But I feel like I've grown and like becoming much more confident in myself and like working in those things. Like I feel like once I had to like I said before, like prove myself for things or like approval or whatever, and I just like am working my way out of like feeling that way.
I gotcha. What's your favorite quality about yourself?
Very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful. Do you have a favorite outfit?
I wear, if you can't tell, I wear neutrals like all the time. So I'm usually pretty monochromatic.
Yeah, you are wearing the white fit.
This is tan, I think. But yeah, no, this is tan. Tan, black, and white. So usually some sort of legging athleisure or like my holy jeans and like a top. That's usually the uniform.
Any specific top and jeans come to mind, I guess?
I feel like I always wear like some sort of basic black t-shirt or like tank top or something with like my my jeans. It's like that. Or athleisure. That's it.
Yeah, well, you're just a walking ad for athleisure at this point.
I am. Truth.
I gotcha. What is your biggest hobby?
Right now, like medicine. Like I love it. I really do. So I feel like it's a hobby, but it's maybe more of a lifestyle because I have to do it. But no, I definitely enjoy that. Hobby, hanging out with people. It's social. I love it.
It's a fun time.
Sure.
Right, you're stuck on a deserted island. You can only bring one thing. Any electronics you bring don't have cell service, and you can't bring like a boat. What are you bringing?
Honestly, objective being getting off the island, I would bring. Oh, this is crazy. Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, you know that expert survivalist.
Yeah, no, I
Like
know Bear
mid
Grylls.
2000s. I don't know for the viewers. Like mid 2000s, guys. He could do anything. Like truly, this man, like, knows like what like he could live forever on an island and like get you off of it. Like the whole point was like extraction, stuff like that. So I feel like, because it'd be selfish to bring people that I love there, because then, like, I don't know if, like, I'm going to be a girl that's, like, going to get you out of there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably not. So I'm not going to, like, bring, like, Chris or my friends or, like, something like that. I feel like I want, like, Bear Grylls who's just interesting enough, but not, like, insane.
Yeah.
And he also, like,
Has
his whole
actual
life
skills.
is, like, living in the jungle. So I'm, like, he's good.
Yeah.
He's who I'd put in the ring.
It's a great answer.
Yeah.
Like you said, of all, or most people like say like significant other or like their friend or
Why?
their
So you
dog.
both die together? Like,
That's what I say. That's exactly what I say every time.
Like, if you don't have a pot pin to sterilize water, you're done.
Exactly. That's Bear Grylls.
True. Like, he's so talented. And the most bizarre skills that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who are your best friends?
I feel like Chris is definitely my best friend. I
Mhm.
feel like he's someone who knows me so well. And, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Shout out to Goat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Chris is definitely my best friend. Sonia and Brooke and Natalie is some of my best friends from, like, Wills PA school life. Definitely consider best friends. They're all, like, just so real. They're all down to earth. They all, like, have that passion for helping people. And they're just, like, hilarious and awesome and supportive. This, obviously, all the Palace. No
Mhm.
kidding. Isha and Angela, I feel like, are my best friends from home. So, that always rocks. I feel like there's always something special knowing someone for so long.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like the guys. I have so many. Like, it's really not, like, I have this really cool thing where it's, like, being someone who, like, loves individual conversations. No way based on, like, exclusivity, but I really just feel like I have the most, like, sincere relationships when it's, like, myself and, like, maybe, like, someone else and, like, maybe someone else. I feel like I can just connect better with people in that way than, like, a larger environment. I feel like I just have so many cool people from, like, different aspects of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you have your work best friends, you have, like, your significant other, you obviously have, like, your family, you have, like, everyone you live with, and then you have your people from home. Like, it's all very kind of like that, but
Yeah.
not, like, not purposefully, but it's just, like, shaking out to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What are you curious about?
Curious as in, like, deep thoughts or, like, obviously, like, meaningful life, I guess. Like, that's always something that I feel like you can always, like, think about more and, like, how you want to put yourself in that way. But, curious, like, people, like, how are they doing? Like, how are my friends? What are they up to? Like, that, school, pharmacy, that's really interesting. How drugs work, crazy.
Yeah, my mom's a pharmacist and she has no idea.
Your mom's a pharmacist?
She's my legal
Cool.
drug dealer.
Stop it. No, that's so cool. I wish my parents were pharmacists.
Yeah, shout out to Goat. Gail. Yeah. What is something that you have to do every day?
Be up to date with, like, my phone. Like, I feel like that's so ick. But I feel like when you're older, I feel like your only way to, like, really, like, we're not all together,
Mhm.
but I feel like it's also, like, where you got, like, the necessary, like, emails, texts, calls, like, all those things, and then, like, how else do you, like, see what other people are up to without, like, social media or texting them or calling them? So I feel like phone, for sure, something I do every day.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
Probably getting into PA school. That was pretty hard.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah. It's like 47 out of over 1,000. So,
That is a lot smaller than I thought.
yeah.
What's one thing you want to own?
there's so many big kid things that I feel like I should say, like, a house or something.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I guess, like, a house? Like, I don't know what to say for that. I bet people probably have really cool answers.
It's literally all over the place.
Or, like, what you'd like to own, like, dream world, like an island vacation. Like, somewhere in Hawaii. That'd be pretty sick. Have a plot of land in Hawaii.
Would be pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha. What do you think the price of gas will be by the next time we film?
I don't want to say $4, but I feel like that'll be there. But then it's like, how sustainable is that, though, for a country to where we can do that?
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like sustainability, it's like how expensive. I mean, California's obviously ridiculous, but like for the majority, I want to say like $4-ish. If we don't have like crazy war or something.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Where do you want to visit next?
Ooh, I'd love to go to Europe. I would love that. Going to Italy, like all the art, the culture. Yeah.
I need to go back
Europe?
to Italy. It's the only
You've been?
It's the only European country I've been to, and that shit was gas.
That's all I needed to hear. That or like Greece.
Yeah.
Greece would be great. It's cheap. It's gorgeous. The culture, amazing.
Yeah.
Angel would probably be like,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be like ideal.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for the world, for me, whoever?
I really feel like just enjoy like the journey. Like there are so many times like where you're gonna probably be like, I'm gonna be like dusty and like 50 or something. And I'll be like, oh my god, like, I remember when I was, like, had no problems and, like, life was good and I was just, like, chilling at 23. But I feel like really just, like, enjoy the journey because, like, you're not gonna, like, get it back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in, like, kind of a crisis way I thought of it, but it's, like, I will never get this day back, like, ever again. Like, and I feel like that, like, made me feel very, like, oh my god. Like, that made me feel, like, kind of stressed because, like, I'll never get that experience. Like, no one experiences the same day, like, the same way. Not to sound like Dr. Seuss, but like it's true. So I just think that really like being mindful and like that's why I like care about mindfulness so much because like I feel like it really helps you feel like you're like doing what like all you can because like you can only plan and overthink so much about the future. Like there are some things where like I heard some news and I was like, oh my god, and I started getting worried about like all of these things that like I have no control over them and I don't have any control of things that have happened yesterday, the day before, like, as much as, like, overthinking, like, I could have or should have or would have done this different, like, ultimately, like, you can't act on either future or previous events, so I think really just, like, if you live your life, like, truly enjoying like, what you're doing now and, like, being aware of that, I don't think you're gonna end up having regrets, really.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Last but not least.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm interested.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
Top 5.
Relationships, duh. Cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
A good sunset. I'm
Bang.
a hoe for a good sunset. Like a good summer one. Like vibrant colors. You got the good pinks.
Especially over, like, water, too.
And yeah. All the way. I feel like a good novel experience, I know that's vague, but I feel like when you, like, have, like, the newness of something, like, you know you heard, like, a really good song dropped for the first time and you were like, oh my god, like, this is it. Like, that type of feeling. Or, like, a new friendship where it's like, oh my god, like, you're my person or relationship. Maybe that'll be my Chris Hummel question.
Like, experiencing something great for the first time.
Yeah, like, that, like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
yeah.
Or, like, finishing a good book for the first time that you've never... Because, like, if you read it again, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that feeling of, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, that hits. I'll go basic. A good Pizookie. Love it.
What is a Pizookie? What? I don't...
It's basically just, like, you get... Okay. I'm the master. Basically, in a ramekin... Ideally. You can use a Pyrex glass Tupperware in the oven if you prefer. But you basically just, like, instead of making a cookie and, like, putting it on a cookie sheet, you put it in this little cute ramekin.
Okay.
You bake that bitch. And then you pull it out and then you put, like, a good scoop of, like, vanilla bean. Don't do French vanilla. Don't cheat yourself. You gotta do... You can't.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
know,
learning about
master
this.
chef here. Gordon Ramsay in the house.
Yeah.
And then it's just the best thing ever because you have like that really awesome temperature difference and texture and it's just lovely. Come over for a Pizookie before you move. I'll make you one.
Say less. Alright,
Swear.
so that's the fourth thing.
Fourth? Ooh,
One more.
one more. I feel like a really, really awesome laugh. That's like definitely like when you're in tears because if something is so funny. I think that was literally a question of yours. Like when is like some time you like laugh the hardest? I feel like there's never a time where you're not just having like a great time when you have like a killer like laugh because that's something that like you bring up in conversations when you're like, oh, remember when?
Yeah.
Because then it's like a core memory almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 So I don't even know what I said, but those were just kind of from the dome, from the heart.
That's a wholesome ass top 5 right there, let me tell you.
Let's go.
Yeah. And,
What? I really want to know yours. Tell me after this is done.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
man.
legit, like, when I do my episode,
It's
like,
gonna be so masterfully thought out.
no. Because,
Mastered memory, baby.
no, I've been forcing myself not to think about any of these questions for myself because, like,
Fair enough.
in the same way that, like, the same way I don't want my guests to, like, think about it so they prepare an answer, like, I want my shit to be off the dome because, like...
Oh, this is all off the dome.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if...
True.
If you knew some of these questions, you'd be like, well, yes, my favorite artist is...
Actually, my
JoJo.
favorite quote... Actually, I did do that, though, so...
Exactly.
I'm roasting myself.
It's like it's so much like less authentic, It's like it's
True.
less real, Like this is
Feel
a
that.
snapshot of you in a moment. Like I want the actual you, not like the you want yourself to appear to the world as. If that makes sense.
He's the best. Sam.
But yeah, that rounds out the episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. This is a great time.
I know, this is a dream. Finally, like time 5.
Yeah,
Got it.
something like that. I mean, we had snow. We had
You're out of
drama.
town. I'm out of town.
We
I'm out of town.
had everything.
Bad day. Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, yay!
But how do you want to end this thing?
I almost want to do like the Disney thing. No, okay. That's it. Thanks for watching. Cut. Okay. You have
Sweet.
to end it after that cut.
Yeah.
Yay, Landon! We
Fuck
did
yeah.
it!
We did it.
Doo-doo-doo.